Very
Good
important to know
morning,
about this.
good afternoon, good evening, depending the time you see my video. It's still me, Agbarudo, Lollipop Umo Banje. My only number still remains 090 59 93 6809. Today, I want to talk about something which is different between jazz and sacrifice. First of all, I will go by explaining what jazz means and things about jazz. That is juju. Jazz is it involve either bringing together human parts, hypes, and jazz. If you do something with jazz today, the thing will start functioning today. Highest that jazz don't take more than 4 days to start working, but jazz has a side effect. Anybody that is doing juju, that is putting his or her hands in juju, definitely the side effects are too much. Firstly, if you are doing juju, you might not have offspring. If you are doing juju, you are a kind of putting your relatives in a risk. You might, after like your generation, your upcoming generation, either that you don't even have offspring, or the upcoming generation, your children will suffer it when you are no longer there. It will be a kind of putting them all their efforts in a zero level once you are no longer there. And jazz has a side effect that it can even take life. There is a kind of juju that you put your hand. For those people that normally use human part, that take human part, or that takes dog to do jazz, after a while the thing will, like, let me just say a year 6 months, if you see the life of the people putting hand in jazz, like you there is nothing, there is no difference between them and the jazz that they are even putting hand in. Jazz is very dangerous, it's not good. If you are putting your hand in anything like juju, anything like charm, you are kind of, you like charm will give you quick results, but will give you a very big terrible side effect later. You might be like looking for money, or you go and do ritual, like you want to go and do charm so that you will get money. That time is going to attract money so quick that to the extent that you be like, is this you? But within 6 months or 1 year later, either you might not even, like, you kind of, if you are a young man, if you are a guy, you will be impotent, you will hardly give birth. Your generation, your siblings, your younger ones, their life will be in a very big risk. Even you yourself, you will have the whole money you want, but you don't have peace of mind. That peace of mind is not in you. Let me talk about sacrifice. A real person that involve his or her life in traditional way. If you want your freedom, you think of your younger ones, you value your life, you like the life of your siblings, the only thing you can involve your hand is in sacrifice. What our forefathers that partake in traditional way, that do traditional stuff, do is what? Sacrifice. There is one Igbo adage say, na aga na-atụ aja. Ndị mmụọ ka a ga na-atụ, ịchụ aja ikpe amazie ndị mmụọ. If you do sacrifice to any gods, any deity, and that deity do not perform what you beg him or her, the blame is on that deity, not you. For some people that will be say, let me go and do juju, let me go and do this one. No. Before you do juju, settle your forces. It lets alone that your chi is hindering your progress, or any spirit that is hindering your progress, that you offer something to that spirit and that spirit do not do what you pleaded for. definitely it means that that deity is not equals to tax. You keep on doing sacrifice. Sacrifice can boom your way to the extent that people will be saying, he or she has involved in money ritual. And sacrifice do not have a kind of a side effect. If you are involving yourself in sacrifice, what our forefathers, some people always say that forefathers involve themselves in jazz. No, the forefathers do not involve themselves in juju. What they do is awele. What they put their hands in is awele. What is this awele of a thing? Awele is the same as a kind of, let me just call it a sacrifice. It's a kind of calling a spirit together, pleading with the spirit that he will protect his family, he will be bringing good things in the family. Some people in some part they do call it akwali omumu or odo omumu. And see, for you to know that akwali omumu or odo omumu, or that spirit that is backing up a family, that is a sacred, is a kind of a nice spirit. If they call that spirit, it will not start then to function. You will be a kind of praying, making a good intention. That spirit is a kind of examining your heart to know if definitely you have a kind of a good heart. A good spirit does not back anything evil. If you call upon a spirit that like a kind of, you call a spirit to come and back you up, or you call a deity, you go and call a deity to back you up, and that deity just feel like to examine you, it will be like kind of putting difficult things in your way in order for him to know if you are going to do a bad thing. Once you put your hand in a bad thing, a good deity will kind of disappear and leave you for you to suffer. Let's partake in sacrifice. Let's back our life with sacrifice. Some people are booming well due to what? The sacrifice they are performing. You will see somebody once in a week, the person must involve his or her life in a sacrifice. Once in a week, the person will, like a kind of, even if not doing spiritual stuff, either going to hospital, paying for a hospital bill, going to school, paying for school students school fees, going to the motherless baby, that is a sacrifice. Meeting somebody that is in needy, helping the person is also a sacrifice. At times you come to like a kind of, you acknowledge the whole forces that are following you, like your ezumezu, ndị ichie, ndị ichie, both ndị ichie nwanyị na ndị ichie nwoke, calling them together, sacrificing something for them so that you can encourage them to go higher, to be like a kind of, if somebody is doing work for you and you hardly pay the person will be like, this person self, let me go and look for somewhere else to work. But when somebody is working for you and you are truly appreciating the person, normally the person will be like, this person deserve my working. The person will even put more energy. If there is any spirit, any spirit, or kind of, you know that you have some people, their problem is this: if they kind of, they settle the water people, they will just go home and relax. You don't know that if you are from water, if you settle your water people, definitely you will be going there and giving them something. Even if it's not every, like you make it mandatory, once in a while you go to water, you pray, you carry eatable things, fruits, sweets, fantas, all these things that you know that Obanje people always like, where you go there and pray for you to embark like a kind of, to encourage them so that they can back you up more. The earlier we start partaking in sacrifice, the better for us. If you are doing ordinana, if you are doing omenana, if you are into traditional way, if you are into spiritual work, remove your hand from jazz. If you want your future and the life of your younger ones to be safe, remove your hand from anything jazz. Encourage yourself, activate your spirit with sacrifice, and you see how the universe is going to bless you. Thank you. Please, if you are not giving me a follow after watching this live, you give me a follow. It's still the small Agbaru, the lollipop Umo Obanje, nurse by profession, into spiritual work by call. My only number still remains 090-5993-6809. You can contact me based on your spiritual work. Thank you and remain blessed. Dalo.